Hey, Trixie, there's something going on in the vault. Let's go check it out.
Big thank you, America. You got rid of Rosie O'Donnell, and guess where she's coming next? She's coming here, right here, to Australia to grace us with her presence, bringing her comedy show Down Under, allegedly. And how is this for a sell? She's told an Aussie newspaper all about her sad, acute and chronic case of Trump derangement syndrome, saying, "My escaping was self-preservation. It wasn't only a fear of him, it was a fear of what I knew it would do to me, to watch my country be pulled apart by a mentally ill man who only serves himself."
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Jiminy Christmas, Rosie. You think you can tone down the rhetoric a little bit? It's all right to criticize a sitting president, but good night. Hey, how about for once you provide evidence for your accusations? Otherwise, Rosie, you'd sound like a raving lunatic.
And if the TDS didn't get you over the line, this will. Please pay attention, everyone.
Black out the system. Black out the system.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, what do you mean by the word blackout, sweetheart?
That's racist!
Oh, well...
And what do you mean by the word system? The signs and the evidence for the tetrahedron, it's everywhere! Why don't people see it?
Now, this next clip comes with a trigger warning. Singer Lizzo has been triggered yet again by Sydney's ad for American Eagle.
No kizzy, he ain't got no business being with me. Fat ass, pretty face with the titties. Bitch, I got good genes like I'm Sydney.
Stop the cap.
Hungry hippo for shizzle Lizzo. But why she's so big though? The pogo says no, so you know that the Flow Pro's gotta go.
And that is way too much of Lizzo's rear end for any of us to handle. Meanwhile, the always pleasant Australian influencer Abby Chatfield is having another meltdown of bombastic proportions.
And I saw a comment saying, well, if it was any other skin tone or eye colour, it'd be okay. Yes, that's what a dog whistle is. Yes, you're understanding it. See, the issue with these MAGA supporters is I go, yeah, you're almost there. You're so close to being there. Yes, if it was someone with any other skin tone or possibly eye colour, it would be less scary and less of a dog whistle. Because the reason why it's a dog whistle is because contextually, we have back to 1930s and 40s Germany.
Nein! Was alles soll ich von diesen Judenschweinen noch ertragen?
Jiminy Christmas! I don't know what that German guy said, but I think this one's a little batty. The Germans at the time were under heavy tax by the rest of Europe because of World War I. They had to pay reparations. It was bankrupting the country. People were standing in bread lines. They were dying in the streets. People had no hope. That's not America. The Nazis came into power because they literally promised the people the world. Donald Trump didn't promise nobody the world. He's just saying make America great again. Yeah, how are you comparing America to 1930s Germany at all? Yeah, historical ignorance is showing. Evidence, dollface. Nobody wants to listen to your conspiracy theories. Sweetheart, now stick with me here. Sweetheart, what if the Sydney Sweeney ad was just an ad? A clothing company selling jeans, that's it.
I don't believe it. Mac. is why you fail.
Abby, love, it's really not that deep, okay? You're almost there yourself. It's an ad for jeans. Please, let it rest. Let it go.
Oh, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
And now from one Delulu to another, talk show host Jimmy Kimmel, bringing with some sort of holier-than-thou complex, has claimed, with a straight face, that repulsive voices on the left are driving people away from the Democratic Party.
It's the loud voices that scare people from saying what they believe and make you think twice about a joke or whatever, these things. And, a lot of their points are valid, but a lot of them are also just repulsive. And I mean, they repel people from, they go like, oh, you're no fun. I don't want to be around you. And I think that if you had to boil it down to like one thing, that's kind of what it is.
A bunch of killjoys want to destroy comedy and limit free speech?
Get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot. It's serious.
Well, look, he's not wrong, is he? But this is just incredible. A stunning turnaround, stunning turn in events, especially given that this was Kimmel on the day Trump was re-elected.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO, for the truth.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
So 8 months ago, we're getting the crybaby song and dance, and then all of a sudden, the cautionary mea culpas because his job's on the chopping block. Very curious.
I mean, the man was practically bawling his eyes out. But here was a real perler. Jimmy Kimmel and Sarah Silverman then decided to go together in a little kumbaya TDS session and said that Dems are elitist.
The left, I'm on the left. I was, but like, I find in general, the party that is about inclusivity is incredibly elitist. Like.
No. It's not true. That's impossible. Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Yeah. Just say, join us. Yes, come, join us. Yeah.
How about new?
Yes. Again, not wrong, but two multimillionaire woke lefties dishing out on the elite. The irony. Now, why can't the left laugh and take a joke? Like, are they okay? They're just so serious all the time. It's very, very sad, very tragic. Donald Trump Jr. posted this meme of his father tossing a sex toy from the White House roof onto a WNBA court. It's a joke. It's a meme. Yet right on cue, CNN went into obliteration mode.
Donald Trump Jr. posted to Instagram, did you see this? With the president. I mean, obviously it's a meme, but it's the president throwing one off the White House roof there onto the WNBA.
Yeah. Well, that says everything we need to know about Donald Trump Jr. What is he, in his 50s? What is he?
Donald Trump posted that? Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, here is one way to ensure you are unemployable after graduating. Turn your valedictorian speech into an embarrassing clown show.
Excuse my language, but to that I say f ICE and f the Trump administration.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
Well, we're real happy with what was going on, and at the end of the day, you got to be happy. Everything ended up fine.
Yeah, okay, everything was fine. Thanks. Great job, Ricky. Good job in the car. Ricky Bobby, a force to be reckoned with possibly in the near future.
So brave. So incredible. And here is how you know Trump's ICE operation is in fact working so well. Illegals are self-deporting.
Well, I've made up my mind. I will be turning in my DACA and returning to Mexico. We came to America January 15th, 1996, so almost 30 years. I was a baby, so I have no memories of Mexico, but I think it's time for me to go back. Now, there is a lot of fears and wonderings and what ifs, but I do not want to be captive to this country anymore.
I know you're not hearing me. The blind can see, the lame can walk, the deaf can hear, and the captives have been set free. Can I get an amen?
With this staff, you shall do my wonders.
Okay, ciao, bye. Meanwhile, the breathtakingly incompetent mayor of LA, Karen Bass, is now claiming ICE arrests are destabilising the city.
That just doesn't destabilize a family. That destabilizes a neighborhood, it destabilizes businesses, it destabilizes a community, but we are not going to allow this administration to destabilize our great city.
I would think illegal aliens committing additional crimes in your city would be destabilizing. And what about raging fires?
This is fine.
No, she's never been a bright spark, that Karen, has she? And now to the sad lives of those suffering with incurable Trump derangement syndrome. Please spare a thought for this snowflake.
Ever since Trump became president, I'm so used to bad news. Yesterday, me and my coworkers were watching the gorgeous sunset, and this one guy goes, you know, next year we're not going to be able to see the sunset. And I literally, automatically, I'm just like, great, the atmosphere is going to combust, and, you know, it's going to be total darkness, and there's going to be no more sunsets. Sunsets have been abolished. But I just go, why won't be able to see the sunset? And he's like, because they're building a building right there. And I'm like, whew, okay.
To get the rapid environmental changes she's thinking about, a massive meteorite strike, or perhaps a nuclear exchange? What exactly are we talking about here?
You all come to us young people for hope. How dare you?
Well, that's okay, because this Liberal can maybe help her out.
I think that the best way and the only way for me to survive the next 3.5 years is to make sure that my doctor keeps prescribing my clonazepam. Have a nice day.
Smile, you'll know that your world is a great world after all. Smile, smile, just smile.
And gee, it's just so bad out there. This grandma is girding her loins.
You know what? Kamala was right. We all knew she was right. What this regime is doing in Washington just seems like all we can do right now is don't give up, but we have to wait it out. I don't know what else to say. I mean, is everybody going to just go to the streets and fight everybody? That's coming. And you should be scared of that.
Yes, we ride at dawn. Get your nunchucks out, your steel cap boots. Although, Grandma, I couldn't quite hear you with CNN blasting in the background. Could you turn it up a little louder, please?
Can we go someplace quieter? Can't hear each other talk.
Donald Trump has deployed the National Guard to Washington, D.C. after announcing a crackdown on crime and homelessness. But be careful. Do not even mention it to Democrat Representative Maxine Waters. She's calling it a civil war.
Words mean nothing. Actions mean everything.
Watch this. Watch it very closely. Ask a lot of questions. Focus those cameras on everything that's going on, because this president is trying to lead us into what could be called a civil war.
I'm a crazy witch, stirring up my brew. What will you give me to put in my stew?
As a resident of California, I would like to formally apologize for Maxine Waters. Her bag of tricks involves hustling for the donkey party. It is probably way past time for that old battle axe to have retired. But don't take my word for it. Follow her advice. What exactly does Congresswoman Waters say and do?
Meanwhile, Democrat strategist Jim Kessler had a peculiar take.
If people are afraid to come to D.C., go to Disney World, get fat, eat French fries. I don't care. I've lived here 37 years. I am not afraid.
You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
I want to know what bizarro world squirrely shit this guy was smoking before he came onto the show. That was a wild thing to say. Crime's a major problem in DC. Even so, I wonder if the fat phobia fools are gonna come out the woodwork.
What? Hey, don't worry about crime. Nothing to see here. Go to Disney, get fat. That's going to solve all the problems. Good one, Jim. And now to the Washington, D.C. protests, or should I say funeral procession? D.C. is our home. You can have it wrong. D.C. is our home. You can have it wrong.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
I don't know. It seems to me that Trump is just cooking with already existing executive powers. Comment below and regale us with any information on this topic.
Is that not the most tragic and dull-looking protest you have ever seen? DC is our home, you can't have it, Trump. I mean, all of this just to stop the crime cleanup. It's so tragic, the organisers don't even know what the heck they're trying to say.
When we say we won't go, that means we're not going into those mass incarceration, into their prisons and enslavement. We won't go into their ICE, what do you call his beautiful centers that he got. We won't go to where alligators live. Hell no, we won't go.
Have you ever had a dream that you could do so?
Yeah, you could really see that moment tick over, can't you, in her head? She's trying her hardest. She's trying her hardest, but she's got absolutely no clue whatsoever what she's on about. In fact, it is so bad, the protesters even turned on each other.
Leave here! Leave here! Leave here! Leave here! Leave here!
Eventually, the malformed left has to eat itself. That's just the nature of this beast.
And now have a listen to some of the lefty Washington, D.C. meltdowns.
Because he hates the sight of homeless people. They're gone. I don't know where he's going to move them. I assume into camps, and they're going to end up on farms somewhere doing hard labor for people.
It's not about protecting the people anymore. Now it's about forcing the law on people.
It is a president, quote, undermining and negating power that a city already has in play to navigate its own city local population. It's not democratic.
This miserable has never experienced life without a golden spoon up, and you're sitting there acting like he's one of us. Let me learn you something here, Cletus. You are now and always will be closer to homeless than you ever will be to Trump. You know, he could lose 99% of his wealth, and that would still be true. So you for the fact that you're more than willing to demonize the homeless community as being the cause of crime in Washington, D.C.
I've said it a few times now. We need to start burning. There needs to be a consequence. We can't just let fascism take over. We can't let Orange Mustache Man, Cinnamon Hitler, we can't let him just do whatever he wants.
Kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. Yeah, I do worry about some of my fellow Americans.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
No, not the tolerant left inciting violence again. No way, no way. And look, over at MSNBC, they too are having a freak out, claiming President Trump sending in the National Guard to address crime is, you've guessed it, racist.
I'm trying to hold my temper. We have to understand this, Chris, within the context of Donald Trump's racial politics and within the context of his effort to get Epstein off the front pages.
He might have a point about the Epstein situation, but racist policies!
You are correct. It does not compute.
Ah, yes, that old chestnut. They just love it. They love the racist line, don't they? Everything is just so racist with the left. Meanwhile, the crime rate is worse in DC than many parts of the world, but Dana Bash over at CNN is coming up with all sorts of excuses.
I should note that the most violent moment in recent history in DC was January 6th.
Lies! Deceptions! Every day, more lies.
And it was an attack on the United States Capitol by a lot of people who were doing it in the name of Donald Trump, and it included, the people who were hurt included members of law enforcement.
You sure about that?
Well, this is just truly fanatical propaganda by a delusional woman, because Trump supporters actually died that day. She really is a useless liar.
Weird, 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 weird.
Now, former TV host and alleged interior designer Jennifer Welsh seems to have absolutely lost her marbles. She's gone on an unhinged rant suggesting Trump voters should not be allowed at Mexican or Chinese restaurants.
I've had it with white people that triple Trumped, that have the nerve and the audacity to walk into a Mexican restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, an Indian restaurant, go to perhaps their gay hairdresser. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel.
That's racist!
Oh, well. When the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom piece of Cankles McTaco at the top of the ticket. I have had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism.
I don't know there, sweetheart. It sounds to me like you're advocating for segregation. The racist rhetoric coming from the left is outrageous. I expect racist rhetoric like that to come from the Triple K people and neo-Nazis. But you left-wing nutjobs take the cake.
It's your birthday.
Whoa, okay, well, let's just unpack that psycho woman's rant. Firstly, legal immigrants are not illegal immigrants, funnily enough. Secondly, 48% of Latinos and about 40% of Asians voted for Donald Trump last year. So old Jenny's bizarre comments are just disparaging against migrants who've actually come to the country legally and worked hard. And thirdly, as for Cracker Barrel, she's clearly never been. Jennifer, Jenny, Jen, whoever you are, you really are the perfect example of a white, unhinged, sad, liberal woman. You poor thing. Now, over in Nova Scotia, they seem to be doing a real-life climate lockdown experiment. I hope you don't like hiking, fishing, or being outdoors in general, because Here is the Premier, Tim Houston.
Effective 4 p.m. today, we're telling Nova Scotians, stay out of the woods. We are restricting travel and activities that really aren't necessary for most of us. Hiking, camping, fishing, and the use of vehicles in the woods are not permitted. Trail systems through woods are off limits. Camping is allowed, but only in official campgrounds.
Of course my initial reaction isn't going to be favorable. I'm an American. But it would be good to know what the heck is going on over in Nova Scotia where they gotta implement these drastic measures. Comment below if you have any information.
Look, don't leave home. Just stay at home, I think. Just stay where you are. Don't go outside. It is practically COVID 2.0, sealing Canadians off from the world. Welcome to 2025 authoritarianism. And now to Nancy Pelosi, who seems to have found herself a new job, this time helping kids transition.
Well, that is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we have, how can I say, are hoping that we can have gender affirming here for our trans kids.
With a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too?
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Starting with why you should never pick the DEI hires. Here is Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department Chief Pamela Smith, a diversity pick herself, who seems to struggle with even the most basic of reporter questions.
What the chain of command is now?
What does that mean?
Well, is it Pam Bondi speaking to the mayor, speaking to you, or how does this work?
So the executive order is clear. The president has requested MPD services in our home rule charter.
You know what? We really don't need space cadets in positions of power. It's time we brought back merit and competency.
No, she doesn't know it, scurries off, passes it on to the next person. And look, let's just get this straight. The police chief doesn't even know what a chain of command is. She doesn't know if she is the one in charge, would you believe? And this, folks, is what happens when you make the DEI pick the DEI pick. Because Pamela Smith, by the way, used to be the department's chief equity officer. And now, poof, promoted to chief. Say no more. And now to MSNBC host Simone Sanders Townsend, who claims her vast life experience as a black woman provides a unique perspective on why adding more police will not make Washington, D.C. safe.
You don't think more police make streets safer?
No, Joe. I'm a black woman in America. I do not always think that more police make streets safer.
I will give you cobwebs.
Cobwebs.
I'm a crazy witch.
I love it when wealthy people try to tell me what it's like for us plebeians. Most of our police officers are good and they perform a difficult and vital service for our communities. The only people who do not like cops are activist lunatics and criminals.
Oh, well, that solves it then, doesn't it? That solves all the problems because you're a black woman in America. And then the MSNBC continued to roll out the laughs. This guy is more worried about climate change than getting mugged.
When I go to D.C., I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid of losing my vote. I'm not afraid of losing my wallet so much as I'm afraid that my children's freedom to breathe will be stolen in a world where climate change policy is non-existent.
Word of caution to this tale.
Excuse me?
What? Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
Human beings can do a lot better to keep this planet clean. That is for sure. But we shouldn't destroy the world's economy to do it. I would say the crime in DC is a little bit more pressing, and we can work on the environmental stuff while we're working on the crime. We can do both, right?
Oh, I mean, it just shows you how out of touch these elite lefties are with middle America. They are completely divorced from actual reality. And now to the latest in lefty meltdowns over ICE arrests. This deluded CNN guest went into full brain fart mode, claiming the raids are so unfair because not enough Europeans are being deported from French bakeries at the same time.
They're not asking to go and raid, the French bakeries and the people who've come over from Europe.
Is there a bunch of French bakery issues that we don't know about tonight? Breaking news tonight, there's French bakery problems.
No, please, no, not the French bakeries, not the baguettes and the croissants, please, no. And now here is a PSA for all the ICE agents out there. Look out.
When Donald Trump's reign of terror is over, we will be rounding you all up and putting you in jail. We're going to raid and destroy your homes. We're going to handcuff you and take you away in front of your families. I'll fight a f***ing ICE agent. I'll take my chances in court. Around and find out. Have a nice day.
Jiminy Christmas! The gentleman was really feeling his oats, wasn't he? Perhaps his grandma just got deported. Maybe he lost a best friend or something. Or maybe he's just wacko.
What an idiot! Oh, what a loser!
He seems like a real great guy. Great guy, doesn't he? Good luck with that one. And now to the psycho child Greta Thunberg, who appears to be resurrecting her doomed Gaza mission.
We are sailing again to break the siege.
And this time, we're sailing with dozens of boats.
And with coordinated mobilizations from 44 countries.
Greta and company wants to bring civilian boats into a war zone? Good Lord, the balls on this girl are like steel.
Ow! You're not trying to draw a psycho pension. You really are crazy.
Yes, the pathetic little goblin and her vegan-looking hippie friends are heading back out to the war zone on that freedom flotilla to save the world, apparently, because it went so well for them last time, didn't it? Starting with a PSA for MAGA supporters in Washington, D.C., this dipstick is coming for ya.
I'm leaving my kids, my family, my house, my job, my cat, and everything else just to drive to D.C. right now. I'm driving from Michigan to Washington, D.C. because Pedo 47 is a piece of and I'm going to stick up for my fellow citizens. So you, MAGA. I'm on my way to D.C.
Not the cat, please. Not the cat. So brave, isn't he? Well, here's an idea. Maybe he can link up with this guy.
Well, I'm doing it. I've had enough. I'm gonna head for D.C. Got all my stuff packed up. Not coming back until we get some meaningful change. How about you join me? I'm gonna take a couple weeks to get there. Let's see what we can do if we all meet up together.
Yeah, mister! Maybe you and Doja Cat can write a new hit single. Call it Mother Earth Can Twerk. Unless you're not Willie Nelson, then my mistake.
I am doing groundbreaking things, twerking in Marvel. And I like to think of myself as a version of Thanos.
What are they going to do when they get down there? That's actually what I would like to know. What are their plans? Well, you know what? This TDS sufferer has an idea.
Donald Trump is basically taking over D.C. Hello? Is anybody out there? Is anybody in this thing? There's going to come a point where everybody realizes that there's no one coming to save us. The Democrats are not going to be able to save us. The only thing you can do is massive resistance in the streets.
massive resistance to what? To law and order, to tackling homelessness? I mean, the left, they're just TDS insane, aren't they? Now to Democratic nominee for New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani, who has officially been given the kiss of death.
It is election day. I'm on my way to vote. I don't know that I have ever been more excited to vote for anyone than I am to vote for Zoran Mamdani. I've got my button. I've got my Don't Rank Cuomo t-shirt that I haven't hidden because I'm going to a polling site. We have a chance to make sure that our corrupt, sexual harassing, Trump donor-supported, disgraced former governor is not elected mayor of New York.
Yes, yes. In a very woman-centered world.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the defeated, broken and severely underwhelming Cynthia Nixon is manning the booths for Zoran. Dear God. You know who I'm talking about, don't you? The musician turned political activist, turned financial counsellor, turned candidate for New York mayor. Have I missed anything else from Zoran's everything but nothing resume? Actually, I forgot. He was also a rapper. He was a rapper. How could I forget his illustrious career moonlighting as Young Cardamom?
Go ahead, make a rap for your night. It's a rap. Get the glass and the rack on your night. Spin the rack on through, give a dab to your night. If you really feeling good, spin a track for your night. Go ahead, make a rap for your night.
Get it? So impressive. A real star candidate. I mean, is there anything that this man has not done? He can even cry on cue.
There you go, Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg gets to buy another island. China.
I was trying to hold in a cough and I started crying.
Oh, I thought you were just being timid. I feel the same way. I bring this out in people. I really do. It's fine.
Yeah, look, I'd probably cry too if I had to sit on a park bench with Elizabeth Warren. Now, can anyone please decode this gender confusion for me?
Now, we've taken out the old transmission, and we're gonna take this here brand new one and jimmy it into place.
So I'm not a girl, but I do have a girlfriend, but my girlfriend really isn't like a girl, so that's why I call them my boyfriend, and they call me their boyfriend, but I'm not really like a boy, really. So yeah, but we're both kind of like lesbians, but we're not really girls like that, and I kind of like boys too, so does that make sense?
How about new?
I think I'm just as confused as you are, sir, ma'am.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
Gee, that must be absolutely exhausting, trying to figure it out every day, whether you're a boy or a girl or if you like a woman or a man. It's probably one of the most challenging debacles of our time, I'd say. And now look out, J.K. Rowling.
I can live without Harry Potter, but trans kids can't live without transitioning.
So you're not going to be checking out the new Harry Potter series on HBO?
No, I have completely abandoned it. I have put all the gifts I've got for the last 20 or so years into storage, and I'm thinking of selling them to raise money for trans charities just to spite them.
Oh, gee, that's really going to put a real dent in Harry Potter sales worldwide, isn't it? And now look who has popped their sad little head up again. It's none other than the pathetic little gremlin herself, Greta Thunberg, and her merry band of nose-ringed hippies.
The world is watching. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Domo.
Isn't it good to see that she's moved on from the climate change hoax and is dedicated her life's work now to wearing a keffiyeh and screaming on stage?
Jiminy Christmas! Greta Thunberg and her cult-like followers, they're gonna save the world! They're gonna stop oil! They're gonna stop war! Amazing! Greta, you're my hero!
This is all wrong.
And that's what I got for you today, folks! Despite all my jesting, be well on your journey.